Alright guys, welcome back to TIT. I am Caleb and in this tutorial we're going to talk about creating an HTML5 layout. Okay, so that sounds fun. Okay, so let's jump into that. Alright, so this is actually the code from the last tutorial. So I'm just going to delete all of this. Alright, so I'm also change this to, let me see, HTML5 there. And also, if you haven't subscribed, please do so and click the notification icon. Thank you. Alright, so let's continue with what we're doing. Okay, so this is why I didn't talk about some tags in the last tutorial that I also want to use them in this tutorial. So if you haven't watched the last tutorial, it's actually in creating HTML elements. You can and go back to that tutorial if you haven't watched it. Okay, so let's continue with this one. Alright, so some HTML. If you want to create an HTML5 layer, let me start with that. There are some tags that I suggest you use, like header tag, sorry. Yeah, so basically, a header tag just contains like the title of. Normally, this is actually the title, but if you actually want something to be displayed first in the page website you're building, I advise you actually put that in the header tag. So let me create this. Like I said in last tutorial, HTML is not case sensitive, so you can actually put that as capital later. Okay, so let's name this my first website. Okay, so that will be in the header. So the next tab we'll be looking at is actually section. This is section. It's a section. I can just type this out and tab, and VS Code will help me with the rest. So section tag, a section tag is basically like dividing the whole content, separating it, the header, separating everything in the body. Like I can have like 5 sections, just separating everything that will be will be in the, wrapped around the body tag. Okay, so in my section tag, I can have a nav tag. Okay, so what's like a nav tag? A nav tag is just like a navigation, like basically in navigation for a website. Like in the last tutorial, I showed you this UL on ordered lists and LI. If you haven't watched it, like I said, please go and watch that. I showed you UN and LI. Basically, this is what is normally in the nav tag. So let me just create an and also let me show you one more tag that is like very important, which is an anchor tag. Okay, so service code automatically help us with the href hypertext reference. So wherever we want to go, like let me see, if I want to go to google.com, like google.com, I just like take this away from there, then put this here, then say this is Google, then put this like change this to, okay, I don't want to go to Facebook, change this to let's leave it as Google for now. Yeah, let's save this. Like I also have this extension, like I said in last tutorial, called Live Server. So it's actually on. I already opened with Live Server. So let's just go to the page I opened. So like if I click on this, like you see now it is underlined. That's to show that this is actually working. Like this anchor tag is actually working fine. So let's just click on it and it works. So basically, that is why I say like a navigation. Like this is an example of a navigation here. As you can see, just like the anchor tag, I had this underline over it. So something like that. That's how anchor tag work. And this is how navigation usually looks like. Oh, okay. So I closed our live server by mistake. So let me open that again. My bad. All right. So let's just say this will be. Let's change this to a dead link. If actually wants to be like good to know where, you just put this pound here, I guess, and say home, about, then contact us. So that will be for the navigation. This is actually in HTML 4.01. This is a navigation tag is not actually there. That is why it's important. You must have this doc type HTML. Like if you have been following the video, if you're following tutorial says, you understand that when we created this doc type and all of that, I explained how it works. So that is what actually is in now. Like in previous version of HTML, this is actually a new tag that we added to HTML, as well as some other tags here. Okay, so we can put that here, and also another tag we can put inside the section tag that will make it independent, like an article tag. Article, basically, we can write. You can put a paragraph tag here saying I am an article. Sorry, article. Oh my god, article. Basically, something like that. Yes, you can save that and check it out here. So now, basically, now we're building something, I guess. So this is how raw HTML looks like. So what you're actually seeing in other side like Google, they actually use CSS and some other technologies that makes it look like that. So let's continue. Raw HTML doesn't look fine, I would say. So an article is just like independent section, or inside the section tag. It can start on its own. Okay, so now we can just like put, let me write blah blah uh, so we can save that. Then we can go below the section tag. We can have another um, um tag called footer. So basically, yeah. Then footer is like the bottom of the, what will I call it, of the page. Yeah, what will be in the bottom? Like normally you see copyright made by CIT. And just made by CIT. Since you see this at the bottom, yes, then that is actually what's it called? That is actually footer working there. So let me just add some dummy text. I have this extension. I think, yeah, I have this extension called low mission generator. So let me just use that into paragraphs. That's too much. So let me just copy this. Yes, so maybe that. And put that inside here. So I'll try to tell you what I'm talking about to make it look nicer. So basically, here is actually the header tag. As you can see, then this is the navigation. Then you have section. Then you have the footer. Okay, I also missed another part. You can also have a side navigation, like some sites you see they have a side navigation like Twitter and all of that. So then a tag can come in called a side. Then this you can put this stuff here as side navigation. Basically, then you can style it and do all of that with CSS. Okay, so basically this is just the normal layers for HTML. You have um let me just move this one now. You have the header, you have the section, you have multiple sections, you have the footer. Basically that is just all. Then in the section you can have articles, you can have block quotes and a lot of other tags. I left the reference, I also left reference to some of these tags in the description. Okay, so that'll be all for now. And I'll see you in the next tutorial.